knife, that's a knife.
G'day, Tenor Koto, and welcome back to the Anzac Gaming channel. I'm the Anzac Gamer, also known as Angel885, and I get to try out my new camera. And I've just been able to set all this up with my phone. I am fucking amazed that I can Wi-Fi. Awesome. Anyway, where was I going? Right, okay, so the video. The video is a what if. Now, one day I was cruising my Twitter feed, and it just so happened that I came across a tweet that was done by a young master NoobTube gamer. Now, you might be thinking, oh, what are you doing following that guy? He's doing good. His last video that went out today, that I'm doing this one, I think he's going to piss off a lot of people, but oh well. He's trying, I guess. His Battlefield one I thought was pretty good. But anyway, now a question came up, and a lot of people were, the comments were very doom and gloom. My comments were a little bit more on the positive. I would like to think they were a little bit more on the positive side, but that's me. But, you know, it was basically this. If console gaming were to collapse, and the way that I read that was basically Sony and Microsoft decide to just exit the market for console gaming. They just, okay, you know what? Yeah, we've had enough. We're moving on. And Nintendo just continued on doing what Nintendo does. And I reckon Nintendo does a fantastic job in handhelds, to be honest. I am like this close to getting a motherfucking Switch. This fucking close. And basically, you know, it was, some of the comments on this tweet were basically, it would be the end of the multi-platform AAA developers would just shut their doors and the world would be thrown into panic. And friggin' mass suicide and friggin', I don't know, friggin' climate change. And asteroid hitting the Earth, creating a mass extinction event. I was a little bit more, you know, well, I don't think it's going to happen like that. It'll be bad, but, you know. But anyway, this is I want to know the answer to this question from you guys. I really want to know. And I don't want it to be just, this will happen. I want you to go, I think this will happen, and this is what has led me to believe this will happen. So, I'm going to paint the hypothesis scenario for you, okay? So the year is 2021. It's been 12 months since the release of the PlayStation 5 and the, I don't know, Xbox whatever. So, and the sales have been really, really bad. Horrendous. Okay, so bad. And we basically have Microsoft, Sony come out and go, look, we're going to be exiting the market 2025. We're going to cease production of our current generation of console. We will continue to support to 2028, that sort of thing. We've spoken with our third-party partners, and they're still on board. We've got our first-party games. They're still coming. They'll still be exclusive. The ones that we had planned later for the life cycle of these consoles, we're going to go more. They're going to become multi-plat. So we're going to make them multi-platform, and we're going to move away from consoles altogether. By the end of 2028, we won't have anything to do with them. So, in that scenario, this is how I kind of see it playing out. hundreds of millions of dollars is wiped out of the stock market. Not fucking kidding. I honestly think that would be something that would happen. We would see multi-million dollars gone out of just Wall Street. So we'd have a crash there. The other things that I think we would see is a lot of the big developers, the big ones, the ones that can absorb this kind of impact, they would still be around. They would still be around. They would still produce games. Obviously, they'd be going to PC now. They would be making sure that they're geared up for PC. For the next, 4 years, they will continue to produce. They might have games that are in the pipeline that will go to console, but they will be focusing on PC as well, and really shifting focus to PC. You might be thinking, well, hang on a second, and this was brought up. There is no way that the developers with the cost of gaming would be able to survive off a single platform. Which, let's be honest here, as of the other day when I actually checked it via Steam Spy, there are around 244 million active Steam accounts. Now, Steam is not the be-all end-all for PC gaming. There are other clients. Some people don't even, don't use Steam. There are people that use GOG. There are people, there's other places around to get your gaming from and get your game on. So that's as of today. So we're using Steam because if they are to be believed. Now let's say, back in 2015, I think we were saying there was 125 million. So in 2 years, we've gone from 125 million to 244 million. So we've seen a growth of 120 million accounts to Steam. That's huge in 2 years. Fuck. The current generation consoles, the two of them, have only managed to sell around about the 80 million point together. So on Steam, we have 3 times the user base on Steam as on console. Now, yes, it is true that with PC, you might say, oh, but Battlefield 1 has like concurrent users of 11,000 or something on PC, where the other two are like in the in hundreds of thousands. You've got to bear in mind that PC is so spread out because of the amount of games, the amount of genres, the amount, everything, all of that. So it's very, very spread out. That the games that would be coming out for PC from these developers would really need to nail it, and nail it good, to survive in the PC market. But I also see it's not all doom and gloom for the console guys. The ones that just go, I can't be bothered PC gaming. I just won't game anymore. I say there's hope for you guys yet. The markets adapt. This is why capitalism is good. The markets will adapt and change. And I would foresee a lot of technology guys, tech companies, creating all-in-one boxes that are modular. Okay, so NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, they would all get together and go, right, okay, well, let's create a modular standard of motherboard, okay? And we create a modular standard for cases, and we work on that. And we make it so that people can swap out a processor and they can replace it with a new one that makes their system more powerful. They can remove a module that has RAM in it, and they can put it in, and it slots it in and out, and they can get more RAM. They can graphics chips and stuff like that is modular, and they can rip that out, and they can go and buy an Asus, AMD, Radeon, whatever card and chip, and they put that in there. Or they go and get a gigabyte GTX NVIDIA card, and they can swap them in and out, and they have the choice. And all the companies, it would require all the companies to agree on a standard. Don't get me wrong, they would all have to come to the table and be honest with each other and say, hey, we've got a bit of a niche market here that we could capitalize on, to make it all super easy for them. So rip out make it all modular, make it so they can hot swap a hard drive if they want. Make make it so that it's a super simple PC that they just can slot bits and pieces in when they need to. They can swap them out, sell those parts off if they want, etc. They get the benefit of enthusiast level PC gaming, which is, let's be honest, be able to build the fucking thing yourself without needing to really worry about it. If you go, they could go to, they could go down to EB Games and they go, I want that graphics module there. They go, not a problem, sir. That'll be blah, blah, blah. Here you go. Off you go. You go home. You unclip or unhook the GPU that's in there and you swap them over. And then you might throw that one on eBay and sell it. Win-win. But as I said, and that I think is a fairly cool thing to happen. Just, hey, you guys that want light console gaming, here's a PC specifically designed for you. It is simple, it's upgradable, it's easy, it's all of that. So I reckon we would see a birth of that. So we'd see a new subgenre of tech released. Modular computer or whatever. And I think that would be really cool. So I don't see gaming as, all that sort of thing. I get told that, console gaming makes gaming in general mainstream and relevant. No, it fucking doesn't. Gaming itself does that. The games do that. If the games are marketed properly, they will make themselves mainstream and relevant. So we don't need consoles for that. Consoles, don't get me wrong, if you want to play on a console, play on a console, that's fine. One, don't be an ass if you get an exclusive and you say, haha, PC guys can't get this one. Just say, that sucks, dude. Man, I wish you could really play it. Because I'm like that now. Man, it sucks. You can't play that game that I've got on my PC. It sucks you can't play Arma 3 because Arma 3 is awesome. Or it sucks that you can't play Star Citizen because Star Citizen's awesome. It sucks that you can't play StarCraft 2 because StarCraft 2 is awesome. That's the sort of shit. It sucks you can't play World of Warcraft because, I don't know, people say it's awesome. I could never get into it. But, I'm that kind of guy. It's like, it sucks, man, but hey, maybe consider getting a PC and you can join me. I'm more than happy to play with you. So it's sort of that kind of deal, you see. So I don't see it as doom and gloom. There would be smaller studios and stuff that would just collapse. They wouldn't be able to make ends meet, and that would suck. There'd be people out of work, and that would suck. The factory workers that created the consoles would be out of work, and that would suck. To say that the economy wouldn't take a hit is a load of shit. But to say that the economy wouldn't adapt and change is kind of stupid unto itself. Of course it would adapt and change. That's how capitalism fucking works. So, just that's what it is. So I want to know what you guys think. So if console gaming, the two major players, well, we say three, but the main guys that are there. So if Sony and Microsoft turn around and say, we're not doing a PlayStation 6 or an Xbox, whatever comes after the next Xbox, how do you think that will go? Because remember, back in the 80s when we had the gaming console collapse, then PC gaming wasn't affected. PC gaming continued to thrive and continue to evolve and adapt and keep going. We can say that without Nintendo, console gaming wouldn't have gotten a kickoff again, but gaming in general would have been fine. Console gaming took a hit. PC gaming didn't. So I want to know your thoughts. What do you think would happen? Why do you think that would happen? So don't just say, I think this would happen. Give an explanation. I want to start a conversation here. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you guys think. You guys are my community now, and I love you guys in my community. I mean, we're now just 10 away from 100. And I'm going to be thinking about a 100 sub special soon. And considering that I've still had some growth even in this period where I'm not doing gaming content, which sucks, really fucking sucks, it's really cool. So, I've been the NZ Gamer, also known as Angel885. Thanks for stopping by. Keep that bear on ice, and I'll see you around like a rissole. E noho rā.